secrets, you have secrets, and probably a big part of the world has secrets. And today I'm going to talk about Freddie Mercury's hidden secret. I'm Catherine, and you're watching another episode of Crime Scene. Farrokh Bulsara, mostly known by his artistic name Freddie Mercury, was born on September 5, 1946 in Zanzibar, Tanzania. He was the son of Bohemian Bulsara, and he also had a sister called Kashmira. He was born with 4 extra teeth in his mouth, and that's why he has that characteristic smile, and he never pretended to remove them since he was afraid that this could ruin his smile or even his voice. In 1954, with only 8 years of age, Freddie Mercury was sent to Mumbai all alone in a boat to the St. Peter's boarding school, which was an English colonial school, and there he learned to play the piano, and he also started singing. In 1964, the Bulsara family decided to move to London, and there Freddie Mercury started studying graphic design in the Ealing College of Art in London, and he also started playing in a band called the Wreckage in 1969, and later, 1 year later, he met Brian May, a guitar player, and a drummer called Roger Taylor, and they formed a band called Smile. After that, a bass player called John Deacon joined them, and the band Smile, in a couple of years later, they changed their name to Queen. As I said, Freddie Mercury was a graphic designer, and it was himself who drew the Queen's logo with a Q in the middle, which represented the name of the band. Then, I don't know if you noticed, but there are zodiac signs all around the Q, the Virgos, the Lions, and the Cancer above. And those represent the zodiac signs of the members of the band Queen. And there's also a phoenix behind it, which represents the resurgence from the band from previous other bands. They signed contracts with the EMI Records and the Elektra Records, and in 1973, they released their first album called Queen with the same name as the band, and 1 year later with the CD Cheer a Heart Attack, they had their first big success with the song Killer Queen, but only later with the album A Night at the Opera, they were able to reach millions of people and turn themselves into great artists. The hit Bohemian Rhapsody reached the top charts around the world, and it stayed there for 9 weeks long, and with this the Queen became very, very popular. In 1976, the hit Somebody to Love came out, and from the album News of the World, the hits We Are the Champions and We Will Rock You became anthems of various sports events. They love to experiment and to play different rock styles, and with the singles Crazy Little Thing Called Love and Another One Bites the Dust from the album The Game in 1980, they reached the top charts also in the USA. In 1983, they decided to do a pause, but 1 year later, they came back very, very big with the album The Works and with the songs Radio Gaga and I Want to Break Free. By the way, the name Queen was chosen by Freddie Mercury because he thought this was a strong and universal name and also open to every type of interpretation. He also had the notion that it could be confused and it could have some gay connotations, but he couldn't care less and always said that the name of the band was much more than that. They also liked to combine opera, ballet, and theater with their performances that were always eccentric and very different from each other and connecting always the public to them. And in 1985, they made their biggest performance of all time with a concert at the Live Aid Festival in the Wembley Stadium in the UK for fundraising against hunger in Ethiopia. And this is also described as the biggest concert in the history of the rock music. The last Queen show with Freddie happened on August 9, 1986, in the Network Park in the United Kingdom after a world tour. And during this time, Freddie started to focus more on a solo career, and he even released the albums The Mr. Bad Guy and The Great Pretender 1 year later. After this, Mercury recorded the song Barcelona with the opera singer Montserrat Caballé. He was a very big fan of the singer and he loved opera, so the CD he released with her was like a dream come true. And later, in 1992, the song Barcelona became also the anthem of the Summer Olympic Games in Spain. In 1987, Freddie Mercury was diagnosed with AIDS, and he was known outside the stages for being more like a reserved person. He was shy, and so he wanted also to keep this in private. His sexuality was always also a big theme for interviews, but he never told the media he was 100% gay or that he wasn't, and he couldn't care less about what other people thought about him. Even with this disease, Freddie Mercury continued working and composing, and in 1990 he still went to the recording studio to record the songs for the album Innuendo. Also in 1990, Freddie Mercury went to the stage to receive the Brit Awards, and he showed himself very, very weak, especially physically. But the most noticing, I think, is a video clip of the song These Are the Days of Our Lives, where he appears very skinny, very pale. He doesn't move much, which was normal for Freddie Mercury since he was very energetic, and he seemed also to be very, very weak. Freddie Mercury dies one day after announcing publicly his disease on November 24, 1991, with only 45 years of age. He died of bronchopneumonia, which was a consequence of AIDS. On April 20, 1992, the other Queen members made a tribute concert for Freddie Mercury, and the concert included big artists as Elton John, David Bowie, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, etc. So the biggest rock bands and singers at the time joined themselves together to pay tribute to Freddie Mercury. This concert originated the Mercury Phoenix Trust, which is a foundation to raise money for people with AIDS. And in 2018, the movie Bohemian Rhapsody was also released. Yeah, not too long ago. And I think Freddie Mercury was probably one of the best and most iconic singers of all time. And he was very innovative, and he's probably a legend not only for our generation but also for the rock era. And he's probably one of the most iconic singers of all time, and is for most of us, or for some of us, an idol. I love Freddie Mercury. And yeah guys, this was another video for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to leave a like, to subscribe to my channel, to follow my channel, to follow me on social media, and all those things. We see each other the next time. See you the next time. Bye!